All right, man, real aka truth, man. I got in a rant real quick. I got a small no rant. You know what's crazy? I recorded a whole podcast last night about this subject. I haven't put it out yet. I was gonna put out the clip, but then so much went on today, and I'm just mad, and I'm just mad. So I got like a whole different type of rant now. So let me get into my rant real quick. So, as we all know, the world has been in an uproar over the death of Charlie Kirk. And I'm going to start this rant off with Charlie Kirk, rest in peace. Prayers to your family, your wife, your kids, your supporters, your friends, your associates, everybody who loved you. Prayers to you all. Because I am not celebrating death at all. Whatever you believed in, those were your beliefs. At the end of the day, you weren't out here hurting nobody physically. Maybe you said some things that hurt people or people didn't agree with. That happens in life. It is what it is. Whatever issues people may have had with you, they kind of should be over it. And this is not to be insensitive or anything, but Charlie Kirk is gone. So the way some people are speaking about him, it's like why he's not here. If you hated him while he was alive, I would think that it would stop now. He's gone. Like, I'm not with some of these people who've been just kind of disrespectful. Let me start by telling y'all how I discovered Charlie Kirk. You know what the funny thing is? I discovered Charlie Kirk a long time ago, but I did not know he was Charlie Kirk. So I will see TikTok clips of Charlie Kirk all the time because a lot of my algorithm is like church sermons and podcast clips of, certain podcasts. Sometimes religious podcasts like Tim Ross or Michael Tide, just things like that. So Charlie Kirk would pop up in my feed a lot, and I would just see clips. But I didn't know his name was Charlie Kirk. I just saw this white guy who would just be debating people on like biblical topics, something like that. So I would watch him, and I probably would say some of them because I like a lot of the things he had to say. He was well spoken, and I agree with a lot of the things he would say. But I didn't even know he was like a political pundit or he was MAGA or whatever. I didn't know all of that. And I didn't really care. Just like, he wasn't no one I followed to that degree. But I would always enjoy his clips when they would pop up. I've probably learned more about him since he passed, or should I say murdered. I've learned more about him now than when he was alive. And I think that's probably a lot of the outrage that's going on is that one thing we all have to agree on, this man was murdered. He was murdered. It ain't like he just passed away. He was murdered. So we need to have some type of respect because he was murdered. This man had 2 children, 2 small children. So the way people are speaking about him is like things like that need to be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like however you personally felt about him, it's like it ain't even been like it ain't been like a funeral yet. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no time has passed. And like it's just been a lack of decorum. I feel like that every human should get despite what they may have believed in or whatever. It's just at some point humanity has to kick in. That's what's scary about the culture right now. It's like we're losing our humanity. Like humanity doesn't kick in. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. It's like we are losing our soul. Like, we want so much for people to know how we feel. It's like we don't. I don't even know how to put it into words, man. Just like we just so remorseless and just lacking empathy and sympathy and just all the things that, as a human, we want to receive, but we don't want to give it. But that's a whole nother conversation. Like I say, I don't. Outside of Charlie Kirk, believing in God, I don't know what else he really stood for. I know people are saying he was a racist, all these things. I don't know nothing about that. I know I've been seeing a lot of clips being brought up about him believing in certain things. And from what I've seen, a lot of people are misquoting him because there are a lot of black people saying he was this way, but then I see other black people saying, no, he wasn't. Like, if you listen to it in this context, he wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say and a lot of y'all, be honest, a lot of y'all are just discovering him since he died. And then y'all making broad statements about how he lives and everything. And that's crazy. Like, we got to stop doing that. That's one thing that's messed up about the internet area. We'll see a 5-minute clip of somebody, and from that 5-minute clip, we use that to determine someone's entire life. That's crazy to me. That's insane. Like, what if somebody based you off of a clip they saw? You know what I'm saying? They decided to determine your entire life, who you are as a person, from a 5-minute look at you in your best or worst moment. They feel like they know you. You're human. There are so many facets to us for somebody to be trying to limit us to a clip. That's what a lot of us fight against in this country. Especially as black people, we have to fight stereotypes. We have to fight judgments. So for us to be doing the same thing to someone, all of us, you know what I'm saying? All of us are. I've been on this earth today my birthday. I've been on this earth today 38 years. Do you know all the facets of me that have been created in me through all this time on this earth? You can't. You can't know me in a clip. I get on this podcast and talk to you about me for 24 hours. You're not going to know me. You'll know something about me, but you're not going to know me. But anyway, that's like, I'm all over the place right now because I've been upset today. Because, you know what? And this actually goes into what my real rant is right now. So at my job today in the morning meeting, we had to meet about our social media presence. I've worked in my job. This will be 11 years this year. We've never had a conversation about social media. Today we had to have a talk about social media today in the morning meeting. It's never happened. It wasn't too serious. It's just more so about just watch how you portray yourself on social media and working for this company, which is fine. It wasn't nothing serious, and it wasn't. I agree with everything they said, so it wasn't nothing crazy. But what's been going on a lot since Charlie Kirk has passed is almost like it's almost going against everything he stood for, or what y'all say he stood for, which is differences of opinion. This is the most This whole country is a melting pot of different people, cultures, beliefs, religions, music, just everything. This country is the epitome of different. And it's so ironic that, quote unquote, he might have been killed because of his belief in something. And right after that, we are trying to attack everyone else for their beliefs, maybe about him or what he believed in. Like, I've been hearing about people losing their jobs because they may have said something about him or just disagreed with him, and they're losing their jobs because, and this is, to be honest, because MAGA loved him a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say MAGA loved him a lot, but people loved him a lot. A certain group of people loved him a lot. Jimmy Kimmel, in my personal opinion, made a joke, a joke with it. In my personal opinion, wasn't even necessarily toward him, and he was removed from his position. And our president says it was because of lower ratings and because he didn't have any talent. The president of the United States made that statement, which we all know is a bold-faced lie. We ain't gonna say we all know it because his supporters. I feel like Trump support, not all Trump supporters, but not y'all under a spell. That man has y'all under a spell because the things that y'all allow him to get away with is almost, it looks demonic to me sometimes. It looks demonic. It's like, what do y'all see? And I'm not one of these people who hates Trump. Am I like, do I like him? No. Do I think he's a good person? No, but I don't. I can be biased. Like, there are some things he does I'm in full support of, and I can say I'm in support of that. Like, I'm kind of mixed on his tariff plans, but for the most part, I think he's doing a good job with an okay job with the way he's handling the tariff situation, the way he's gotten countries to invest in America. I'm not mad at that. It's kind of, the economy right now, I guess, is a mixed bag. It's, I think, it depends on your lifestyle. And some of us think he's doing a terrible job. Other people may think he's doing a horrible job. I'm blessed to say that I don't think my life hasn't really changed too much financially with him being in power. Particularly if you're one who into stocks and crypto and day trade things like that, he's doing a marvelous job. He's doing a marvelous job. If you're not into crypto, if you're not into stocks or anything like that, while he's in office, this is the best time to get into it. Get into it. I've been taking classes. Wall Street Trapper, Aristotle, I've been taking classes. I am learning all I can and investing. Because while Trump's in office, you could probably become a millionaire while he's in office. So that's some advice for you. If you have not learned about stocks, day trading, just crypto, any of those things like that, you better learn. Find you somebody and learn. And learn and you get to it. I'm telling you, you're missing out on money. You're missing out on money. But anyways, I ain't trying to make this about, well, it kind of is about Trump though, because I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like the hypocrisy. Now, why I may not agree with how some people are speaking on Charlie Kirk, now some of it is just disrespectful. I agree with that. Some of it is just disrespectful. But should these people be losing their careers over not agreeing with him? Absolutely not. And I don't like this argument. Well, just because we got freedom of speech don't mean it should be freedom of consequences. It's like that ain't what this is. That ain't what this is. Because one thing about it, I feel like we're picking and choosing who's getting those consequences. We're picking and choosing. People not liking what Charlie Kirk stood for and have a right to say that. They have a right to say that. Now, we can maybe disagree about on the timing of them saying it. That's fine. But it's like, this ain't. I should not be in fear of saying something. That's what he stood for. Y'all are going against what he stood for. The moment Jimmy Kimmel lost his job, you're going against everything Charlie Kirk stood for. You're going against it. And once again, he made a joke. He made a joke. I don't know nothing about Charlie Kirk being a racist or making all these other statements y'all say he made. I don't know that. If he did, that's fucked up. But he's gone. He's not here. He's not here. Leave it alone. The fact that Donald Trump was able to make this statement about him being fired because of a lack of talent and lower ratings, shouldn't that, if we fire people off lies or whatever, well, shouldn't Donald Trump not be president no more because he said that? Because we all know that's, even his people have to admit that's a lie. You mean tell me Jimmy Kimmel been on this show for all these years and all of a sudden he gets fired because he wasn't talented? Then why was he on the show? I wish I had somebody here to answer that question for me, but I'm here by myself. But and I'm glad that he's standing on his square. I'm glad he's standing up. I'm shout out to all the people just canceling their Hulu subscriptions and Disney Plus subscriptions. I'm debating on doing it myself because I have Hulu. And I've been watching Godfather of Harlem on Hulu. So I'm pissed about if I'm going to have to cancel it. But I'm debating it. Because this and I'm just finna sound like a rant against Trump, but this is my personal opinion. When Trump is in office, don't we all feel like, well, it needs me? Isn't there just like an uptick in division in this country when he's in office? It's like the division gets a bit more emboldened. It's like if the vision was a stock, it shoots up when Trump is in office. It shoots up. I feel like some of the stuff that's happening in this country right now will only happen under him being as president. January 6th will only happen with Trump as president. No other president does something like that happen. On his first term, when Proud Boys were just walking through the streets, I feel like only under him does that happen. Under no other president does that happen. ICE walking around just snatching up people off the street. Mamas from their kids, kids from their parents. Only under him does that happen. And that goes back to my humanity rant. I'm not mad at him wanting to control the border and removing the immigrants. But humanity has to kick in with when you see the way he's doing it. Just like y'all want us to have humanity for Charlie Kirk, when some people who are probably Democrat on the other side are saying the way y'all are removing people out of this country forcefully like that, is like, where's your humanity? Where is it at? Where is it when it comes to them? Where they're not American. Who cares? They're human. If I walk out in the streets and see anybody getting snatched away from their family forcefully, I don't care where they're from, that's wrong. As a human, you have to see that that's just not right. I don't care what country they're from. That's from a moral and ethical standpoint, that's just wrong. That's wrong. It's downright evil to me. That's just wrong. That's wrong. I don't know how you justify that. It's just wrong. For all y'all saying Charlie Kirk was a Christian, man. And I believe he was, but god damn it, slave masters were Christian. You know how many crazy Christian people we got in this world? People's probably still today doing lynches with a Bible in their hand, for all we know. Slave masters used the Bible as a reference point. It was like a guide for them. So don't tell me nothing about where he was Christian. I'm Christian. A lot of us are Christians. 9 times out of 10, we've done some bullshit. No, the Bible says we're all filthy rags. You know, God has looked down on all of us every day and give us grace and mercy because we're all middle ground. We are a bunch of middle ground. And the fact that we, as humans, always want to try to got the nerve to feel like everybody should be black and white with us. We're not. None of us are black and white. We're all middle ground. We're all gray. We are capable of good and evil, and we've all displayed it in some way. All of us, because we're human. We're all gray area. There may be some things we're strongly black and white on, but for the most part, we're gray area. Every human is gray area. Every one of you. Me included. I'm gray area. I strive to be a better person every day, but I'm gray. I'm gray area. And this country right now is getting scary. I'm gonna say this one thing for I'm gonna give Donald Trump a compliment. I'm gonna give him a compliment. Do I think Donald Trump cares about this country? Absolutely. I think he strongly cares about this country. So much so that he will break rules, create laws, break laws to make sure this country is in a position that he feels like it should be in. Keyword, that he feels like it should be in. I don't think it's for the good of everybody. I think it's the way he sees fit. Now, I will say I think that about every president, which is why I'm not too big on the whole system, because I feel like anybody who runs for president, they have their own ideas of how this country is supposed to work. The only thing about Donald Trump is I just feel like he's not willing to really include a lot of other people's ideas. It's about his ideas. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying he's like that, but it's just my opinion, which I am free to express. I feel like he wants his country to be in the best place possible that he sees fit. Now, because we're all in this country, because we're in his vicinity, some of those things we're going to benefit from because we're in his vicinity. So it may not be necessary that he's trying to make it good for some people. It's just that we're in his vicinity, so it's going to work out for some of us. Some of us, not so much. I also commend him because he's a fighter. The things that he wants, he fights for it. No matter what it takes. Even if it's against the law. Because he's fighting like his country is in danger and he believes it's in danger, he's going to stop it from happening. Which is the Democrats' problem because they don't fight like that. They don't fight like that. The Democrats bring a slingshot to a bazooka fight. Trump is going to blow y'all away. If you're threatening my country, threatening me, I'm blowing you away. I'm defending my country by any means necessary. I don't even care about rules. If Democrats always say that we're in danger like we are from him or whoever's running, but they're timid. Like so many things they could have done when they were in office that they didn't do because it's like they want to say the word would give the evil person a chance to win. Like that's stupid. If it's evil, just eliminate it like Donald Trump does. He's just go eliminate it. If he feels like it's a threat to him, get out of here. Get out of here. Fuck that. Get out of here. To anybody that is celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, you need prayer. You need help. I think you're fucked up. To which, once again, I have not seen no one celebrating his death. I've seen people not have empathy for his death. I've seen that. Which I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. And I think it's getting misconstrued. I think when we see somebody just not crying over his death, we feel like we're saying they're celebrating his death. Like, I don't think that's what's happening. He just said, I didn't like what he stood for. And the fact that he's dead, and you know what's crazy? I think a lot of people also are saying like the way he died, it's almost like they're saying it's like some symbolism in it, because I guess he was, like I said, I don't know this for sure, but for what I'm hearing is, I guess he was for gun laws, and I guess he made a statement at some point saying about, sometimes people just die from, we need our guns, so people just die from guns. We gotta just accept that. I guess it was, like I said, I don't know for sure, but that's the gist of what some people say that he said, which I don't know that to be true, but it's like they're saying there's just a lot of irony in the way he died. Which even that, not gonna say it's wrong to say, but should it be said on the public forum, especially now, like so fresh after he died? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? I think we're real insensitive. Well, we already know we're desensitized from a lot of things, because social media just makes you desensitized to a lot of stuff. But when we're getting to a point where our speech, the way we feel, the way we think, our opinions are being suppressed because one group in power don't like what the other group is saying, that's not good. And anybody that's in support of that ain't good. That's like, this is what we need to be coming together big time. And for what I seen from him, I felt like he was trying to, in a way, represent that. But like I said, it's only what I saw of him. Or even if it's not what he stood for, that don't mean we still shouldn't do it. This ain't the time to be divided. I understand why we're divided, but no, you know what? I've always said this about this country. We live in a country called the United States, keyword united. But in every infrastructure in this country, we put people in categories. No, we got A-list celebrity, B-list celebrity, D-list celebrity. We got upper class, middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class, all these. We put everything in categories. We're always trying to categorize people, divide people. Republicans, Democrat, left, right wing, conservatives, liberals, immigrants, Americans. Like we always want to make sure we're somehow dividing people. Superstars, stars, max player. You know, we just always categorizing people. In the United States, Yeah. 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 Man, my last word, man, is God be with us. And if you read the Bible, which I do, I can't say I'm surprised by stuff that's going on today. I ain't surprised by it. I ain't surprised by it. Can't be surprised by it. Well, I'm going to say again, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Prayers to his family, his friends, his supporters. I pray y'all can somehow mourn in peace. Whatever the good that he represented, carry that on. Carry that on. The good. Carry it on. And if y'all really believe in good, we can't be trying to pick and choose when to display it or who to display it to. We have to do the right thing all the time. Not for a reward, for a reward, should I say. Because we do it because it's the right thing to do. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And we need to be consistent. We can't be picking and choosing who we want the rules to apply to. That ain't right. Particularly if you are the representative of this country, and you should be the living example of that. But in my personal opinion, you do the exact opposite. Sometimes. I ain't gonna say all the time. I'm gonna be fair. Anyway, man, that's my rant. And prayers to everyone. Y'all be blessed.